Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to week 3 of module 1. Here we will be talking about some conceptual models. In the last two lectures we have talked about the definition of organization behavior, what is organization, what is behavior, and some theories. Theories were actually set of assumptions, but models are more applied in the daily life. In this regard, you should have some basic idea of the two variables only. One is the independent variable, the other is the dependent variable to conclude what is a model. For example, if you say that more age you have, less work efficiency you have. More age means your one variable is age. 30 you are very efficient, 40 you are somewhat efficient, 50 you are not efficient. So age is going up and your performance is going down. This is a small model example. Similarly, we will try to apply some of the models and we will try to some of the problem variables or dependent variables and how to conceptualize it in the organization behavior. It is little scientific once again. We will be going more details in the chapters, but without understanding this causal relationship or the modeling based things, you cannot understand the organization behavior properly. So let's move further. So what is the idea is to explain the key aspect of the organization behavior but using a proper model. So let's continue further. We will try to recall this definition over here once again. If you try to see, our key definition was about the behavior of the individual and groups. Okay, so the individuals will behave some way and the organization will react some way. Similarly, let's say I take a one variable of salary. More the salary, more is the satisfaction. More is the satisfaction of the employee, more will be the performance of the organization. You see, three variables. Salary is going up, your satisfaction is going up, and your performance or the organization is performance is going up. So these variables are actually, this is the other way to conceptualize this organization behavior. So if you try to recall this definition once again, that was about the individual, groups and structure as well. For example, if one person is taking all the decision of the 5,000 employees, if somebody has to take a leave, instead of HR manager, you have hired a proper CEO who will approve the leave. You don't have the time for this. This is a centralized structure. It is not possible for a CEO to approve the leave every day. He has to take care of more things. You need a more decentralized structure. For example, you need a proper HR department for this purpose. Your CEO cannot handle all this. So we will take care of such things and we will explain more in a modeling way or more conceptual models. So let's continue further. So in this you can see, if you try to recall, these four disciplines are actually contributing and these variables will be coming from different disciplines. For example, citizenship behavior, and then it becomes organizational citizenship behavior. First you become a citizen of Oman and you feel that you are a. So you have extracted many variables and construct from four disciplines. Like I was giving you the example of the citizen. You are a citizen of Oman, and if you feel the similar feelings while working at Bank Muscat, this means you feel that you are citizen at organization which is Bank Muscat. So you will behave like a citizen over here. You will take care of your environment. You will not misuse your computer. You will not misuse anything. And like your home, you feel home, that this is my home. This is my next office, that is like home. Then you behave like a citizen. So it is coming from sociology. So we will try to model such variables which are independent and may be dependent. So let's continue further. So to give you some of the basic three levels, this is the input, process and outcome. Okay, so there are some inputs. For example, if you introduce diversity, means you hire equally men and women, what will happen? They will try to respect each other and there will be more effectiveness at the workplace. So this is the input you are introducing, like diversity. Like in the group, you may have more decentralized organization. I have given you the example of HR office. If for 5,000 employees, one person is approving the leaves only, it will be a waste of time. Proper HR department is there, and this group level input can help you to enhance the performance at workplace. Similarly, if you go to organization level, if it is a culture, if let's say it is a culture to share the values and beliefs and the old learnings, Okay, if somebody is coming in Bank Muscat first time, you can tell him, okay, here we offer proper dates and kava to the customers to make them feel at home. So they should not get frustrated and properly stay with us. So this is the culture of the Bank Muscat over there. So this is the input you are providing, and ultimately what will happen? Your customer will be happy. Once he will be visiting you, he might be happy because he now understands the culture, and you are transforming your Omani culture within the Bank Muscat. So now the second way is the process and the outcomes. These outcomes and processes we are going to details in next figures. For example, let's take this definition once again. What is the dependent variable, what is independent variable, and what sort of variables are there. Let me give you the example of the independent variable. For example, your salary is going up, let's say 1000 Omani Riyal, and now after 1 year it is 1200 Omani Riyal. You feel happy. You feel happy, you are more satisfied, and you will work more harder, and you should work. So this is the way your independent variable is your salary, and your dependent variable is your satisfaction with the job or employee performance over there. So this is the way you should understand and read these definitions properly. So let's take the input. Inputs are once again like the next variables. The personality variables are there, the input variables are there, and these will help you to explain how this process or outcome variable will continue further. Let's move further to the next slide. These are the processes. So next are the processes. So if you go for the processes, it also depends on the your input. For example, what sort of input variables you are. If the inputs are like the nouns in the organization behavior, then processes are like the verbs. You actually do the things. For example, you have introduced the diversity, then what will happen? Your culture of the organization will change. They will start respecting each other. They will start adjusting with each other, how to respect male and female, how the male and female work together respectfully without harming each other. So this is the way your process has been initiated after introducing the input, that is your diversity. So next let's go to the output variables and the outcomes. These are the major concerns with us normally. So let's talk about this, the key variables that you want to explain or predict. For example, you want to predict the employee performance. You say that the employee performance should be, let's say it was already doing, let's say 4 presentations, the person should do the 5 presentation. So what you can do, you can change the environment, you can give him the computer, you can provide him the resources. So if you are providing the resources and still that performance is not increasing, so this means you are unable to explain properly input to output. So in this way, if you take more variables, for example, attitudes and stress, task performance. For example, your task was to record the video, and after giving proper environment to you, you can now properly record it. And next, your editor is good, your director is good, all things are coming good. Your task is getting more better and better with this time. Similarly, your job satisfaction, involvement, your productivity, your survival, your citizenship, these are the explanatory variable which you want in your employees and you want to explain them. This is the outcome. So let's continue further, and we can see this 3 more explanation regarding task performance. If you see a combination of effectiveness and efficiency at doing a particular task. Similarly, if you see the citizenship behavior, it is the way you are affiliated with your organization. And withdrawal behavior, this is the one negative behavior. If you see that I'm trying to do all 100% in my job, but my boss or organization is still not happy, what you can do, you can withdraw. This is one sort of negative behavior which you want to control with trainings or counseling, or even training to your leaders sometimes. Why not? So let's continue further with some other variables like productivity, survival, and job satisfaction and job involvement. These are different definitions available over here. Like you can see the productivity, the organization is productive if it is achieving its goals, and these goals should be achieved effectively and efficiently. Let's take this example of efficiency and effectiveness. Let's say you have been given a quiz of 10 marks, and you have 10 minutes. So in this example, what you will do, if you complete your quiz in 10 minutes and the other student completed 5 minutes, then the student who has completed in 5 minutes is more efficient. Let's say, but the student who has get 10 marks, he is more effective. But in the 5 minutes, you are getting 5 marks. You are efficient, but not effective. So same is the case for the manager. He is doing his job every day with a more less time, but at the end of the doing, he is doing data errors. He is not properly typing. So what he is doing? Not counting the cash properly. He can do it just 10 minutes to count a cash or to file any application, but there are a lot of errors in this. Then he is efficient but not effective. So overall you need this productivity, both you need efficiency and effectiveness. This is the where you are interested. If you are giving the good environment, you are interested to have more productive employees and ultimately more productive organization. Same is the other variable, you need more satisfied employees and all those things. So let's continue with this second thing, that is the key variable is the attitude and behavior model. Actually you develop some attitude and you behave accordingly. This is the normal OB related model, which you should understand more, because most of the literature and more variable will be linked with such attitude and behavior things. If you use, there are three parts of this attitude. One is the cognitive, the other is the affective, and ultimately it is behavior. Let me explain it with to you with an example. So let's give the example. For example, you can see that my boss or supervisor give the promotion to the other employee which was not deserving. Okay, so you think, no, it is not good. I was deserving the promotion, but he has been given the promotion. Why? Either he was affiliated, some unfair means have been used. What is happening over there? I was on the merit. So what you will do? You will go for your feelings. I dislike my boss. Okay, this is the negative feeling you will achieve. So the final one is the action or the behavior. What you will do? You will start looking for a new job maybe, or you will not start come on the time. You will behave like this. So this is the way your negative attitude towards the boss has been developed. Similarly, it can be a positive attitude. For example, you can say, I have been given a proper promotion positively. What you will think? I like my boss. This is what it is, affective or feeling. Then ultimately behavior. What you will do? You will do happily more job, more work, more responsibility. Now it is your positive attitude toward your supervisor. So after this example, let's take this predicting the behavior based on attitude. Now you understand little bit attitude. Ultimately you perform or behave. What you will behave, once you will start liking your job, you will perform your job properly. If you will not like your job, you may not perform it properly. Your employee performance, it should not be there, or you cannot predict it. So you can see this is the common model. First the attitude, and ultimately you will predict the behavior in this regard. So let's continue further, and let's take a small model of job satisfaction. For example, the pay influence the job satisfaction. If you are satisfied that all the colleagues of the same level are getting proper pay and you are satisfied as well, so your satisfaction at job will increase, and this is the one independent variable which is your pay, and the dependent variable is your job satisfaction. Similarly, your personality and influence. Negative people are usually not satisfied. Even you give them higher salary, they will not they are never satisfied. They will tell you, okay, this salary is very good, but my boss is not good. Okay, now my boss is very good, but I have the family problem. They will find any negative reason and they will never work. So you have to scan them at initial level while you are properly recruiting your people over there. So this is the role of personality. We will study more it in a proper chapter where we will be studying those personality traits. So this is the one of the survey of the job satisfaction from Middle East. You can see some of the satisfied and dissatisfied employees at the same time, and this you can say based on their salary they were asked, I am satisfied with this salary and my job, let's say. So this survey was one of the survey which was conducted, and similar you can perform the survey from your organization. So these are the other outcome variables. For example, job performance, organization citizenship behavior, customer satisfaction, absenteeism. For example, why employees are more absent over here? It could be the reason that their salary is low. It could be the reason they are dissatisfied. It could be the reason your new boss is over here and he is not understanding the culture of Oman, maybe he is not understanding the culture of Bank Muscat, maybe that's why people are now more absent. They try to apply for leave. This is the one of the thing you can understand. So this is all about this modeling type, and I hope from this module 1 you have the basic understanding, and now we will read each chapter in more details after these proper theories and modeling and basic definition. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.